People say they know things all the time. They know what happened. They know who's right. They know what's true. Knowledge sounds solid, confident, final. But what does it actually mean to know something? One common definition says knowledge requires three things: belief, truth, and justification. If one of those is missing, knowledge falls apart. That sounds simple, until you look closer. Start with belief. You can't know something unless you believe it. That part feels obvious. But belief alone doesn't get you very far. People believe things for all kinds of reasons. Habit, trust, repetition, comfort. Belief doesn't care whether something is true. It only cares whether something feels settled. Now add truth. For something to count as knowledge, it has to actually be true. Not popular, not widely accepted. True. But here's where things start to blur. How often do you encounter truth directly? Usually it comes filtered. Through reports, experts, institutions, summaries. So when someone says they know something is true, what they often mean is that they trust the source. Truth, in practice, often looks like authority. That's where justification is supposed to matter. Justification answers the question, why do you believe this? What reasons support it? Here's a simple example. You walk toward the automatic doors at a grocery store. The doors open. It feels natural to say the door knows you're there. But does it? The door doesn't believe anything. It doesn't understand anything. It doesn't justify anything. It reacts to a sensor. Something happens to be true. You're there. But there's no belief, no understanding, no justification. So whatever the door is doing, it isn't knowledge. That distinction matters. Because a lot of things that look like knowing are really just reliable reactions. Here's another example. A thermometer says it's 72 degrees. The number might be correct, but the thermometer doesn't know the temperature. It doesn't believe it. It doesn't justify it. It reports a reading. Truth without belief isn't knowledge. Now flip it. Someone believes something very strongly. They're confident. They're certain. They repeat it often. But their belief turns out to be false. Strong belief without truth isn't knowledge either. Now consider something more subtle. Someone believes something for bad reasons. Guesswork, hearsay, a lucky assumption. And yet, they happen to be right. The belief is true, but it wasn't justified. That doesn't feel like knowledge. It feels like luck. So belief isn't enough. Truth isn't enough. Justification isn't optional. All three are supposed to matter. But here's where things get uncomfortable, quietly. Most people don't have access to justification. They can't independently verify complex claims. They don't see the data. They don't run the tests. They don't inspect the process. They trust credentials, consensus, reputation. So the justification isn't something they possess. It's something they borrow. At that point, what kind of knowledge is it? The belief is real. The claim might be true, but the justification is outsourced. Now think about how confidently people say, I know. Often what they really mean is, I've accepted this. I've stopped questioning this. I trust the source. That's not knowledge in the strict sense. That's closure. Closure feels good. It reduces uncertainty. It ends debate. It creates stability. But closure isn't understanding. Knowledge, if it's real, should tolerate questioning. It shouldn't depend on silence. It shouldn't collapse when examined. When claims become immune to challenge, they stop behaving like knowledge and start behaving like doctrine. That leads to a deeper tension. If knowledge requires justification, and justification requires access, and access is restricted, how much knowledge does the public actually have? And how much of what we call knowing is really just believing, with confidence attached? Maybe knowledge isn't a thing you possess. Maybe it's a process. Provisional, revisable, incomplete. If that's true, then certainty isn't proof of knowledge. It's a signal that questioning has ended. So the issue isn't whether belief, truth, and justification matter. They do. The issue is how rarely all three are actually present when someone says, "I know," before you agree. Ask,